Hi folks, Skulls here. Today, we're going to do a quick market update for the past 1 month on OPCG. First off, let's talk about how I crunch the numbers. On a weekly basis, I track prices of the more notable cards from each series, like Romance Dawn and Paramount War, and I use them as a proxy to calculate price movements in percentage for the entire series. For example, in OP01 series, I track the prices of the OP01 box itself, Manga Shanks, Law Leader AA, and Nami AA, and I will use these 5 items as a proxy to estimate movements for all OP01 cards. For the more illiquid cards, those with the fewer transactions like graded cards, high-ticket cards like Serial Luffy, or the latest releases like the new Gold Border Treasure Cup Zoro, I monitor their prices using a combination of various platforms and the latest quotes observed in the market. Now, on to the market update. This past 1 month, we have seen a bunch of movements in the OPCG world, especially on the OP01 side. Overall, the OP01 series leads the pack against other boxes with a 22% increase. The OP01 box itself shot up by a staggering 71% month-on-month, currently priced at $333. The market is running dry on OP01 sellers, and there is a growing fear that Bandai might not reprint OP01. This sentiment has driven up the prices of almost every notable card in OP01. For example, the King Leader AA card skyrocketed by 146%, jumping from $28 to $69 in just a month. My favorite, the Law Leader AA card, saw a sweet 60% increase, moving from $170 to $270. Nami AA also climbed 27% to $190, almost back to its prime around $200 during OP01's release. But here's a tip. Don't get caught in a FOMO. I'm quite sure Bandai will reprint OP01, and when they do, prices will take a hit. Remember, Bandai reprinted the first boxes of other games like Dragon Ball and Digimon well after their first releases, like more than 1 year. OPCG is not even 1 year old, so I'm quite sure there will be further reprints in the near future. So please don't get caught up in a buying craze now. You're only going to find yourself buying at a higher point. For OP02 and OP03, we're seeing relatively less movements compared to OP01. OP02 boxes rose by 31% month-on-month, with Kuzan AA, the signature card of Black Decks, jumping by 46%. OP03 boxes saw a 20% rise, but shockingly, the Katakuri AA character card went down by 21%. Given its popularity in yellow decks, this is pretty interesting. OP04 series continue to go down. This is pretty common after a box release. OP04 boxes decreased by 9%. Most cards in this series also saw declines, except for the Law Blocker SP card, which rose by 24%, likely because of its key role in the popular red-green Law deck. Part of the OP04 decline is also due to folks holding on to their cash, saving up for upcoming OP05 release, which features Ichiro Oda's signed anniversary Luffy card. Now, let's get to this month's spotlight, PreErrata cards. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about them. For those that are unfamiliar, PreErrata cards have the initial wording which are now outdated and incorrect. So there were quite a few changes in wording, especially in the OP01 throughout this year. So why are people chasing after these outdated cards? These PreErrata wordings, even though outdated, show that they are from the very first print run. Bandai announced changes to card wording right after the printing of the first wave. So for the cards, you can actually identify the PreErrata by looking at the wording. However, for the boxes, there is no surefire way to identify the Wave 1 unless you open up the box and the packs. So both Wave 1 and Wave 2 boxes have blue bottom, and all the other waves, they have a white bottom. So if you want to get the PreErrata Wave 1 box, it's a 50-50 chance if you buy a blue bottom box. Pro tip. Always ask sellers to open up one of the packs before finalizing the purchase, just to make sure. I have come across so many Wave 2 boxes being sold at Wave 1 prices, and these are not cheap products, so better make sure that you do your own due diligence. Being annoying is better than living with regrets. To be frank, I was pretty surprised and happy to see a sudden surge in demand for these cards, especially since I have a few of these cards in my collection. I see that OP01 blue bottom boxes have jumped from $350 to $550, a 57% increase. The black label Luffy leader Pre-Errata shot up by a whopping 115%, moving from $660 to $1,400. Black label Nami AA Pre-Errata rose by 15% to $1,150 now. With increasing demand and no more printing, I expect these Pre-Errata cards to continue its uptrend. If you are able to, you should grab one of these when you still have a chance. Lastly, let's talk about the most valuable serialized card in the OPCG, the Serial Luffy. This card has been floating between $3,500 to $4,000 for a while now. However, I expect this trend to change very soon, since the last number was issued just 2 weeks ago. Finding one of this all of a sudden has become a lot tougher recently. Trust me, I managed to get one, but it wasn't easy at all. So to wrap things up, this month's biggest winner is definitely the OP01, particularly the PreErrata cards, which averaged a 48% rise. Super pre-release cards and OP04 were kind of slow this month. So thank you for watching. Drop your thoughts below. For more insight, hit that subscribe button and follow along. And if you're in the region, don't forget to visit StrawHatLoots.com to snag a box for 380 dirham. Catch you in the next update. See ya!